So today we're going to go through and we're going to look at how do we actually fix the programs that are broken. So debugging, or the act of fixing bugs in your program, is a really key problem solving skill that we need to have. Now today's task, you're going to be going through and you're going to be actually fixing some stuff that's broken. Now I've given you a whole PowerPoint, and in that PowerPoint you want to be making sure that you're taking a look at it and you're using them as help for fixing your work. Now, there's two types of errors. One is called a syntax error, and that's where the program is actually broken. So you can see it's not running, it's got a little old nose guy. Now, there's a very strong possibility that if you read this very, very carefully, you should be able to figure out, just by reading it, what the mistake is. So for example, here, this is what's written down on that line, but this is what it's meant to be. So you can see we've got an extra L. Now there's a few of these. In this case, there is 5 mistakes within this program, but when you fix one, you'll see it produces the next one for you to solve. So that's a syntax error. It's going to actually stop your program from running. The other type of error, however, is a lot harder. It's called a logical error. This example program has 4 of them. That's where it's running, but we want a face, so a yellow smiley face with blue eyes, and we just have a blob. So the logical error, the issue is that your program is running just not the way you think it should. So in this case, you can see that there's a eye, however, the order of your code is wrong, that the face is basically covering up all of your eyes. Now, all of those are in that in your slide, and you've got all the different most common syntax errors, and you also have the most common logical errors. Each of these resources in this PowerPoint has an example of broken code, example of what it should look like when you fixed it, as well as how to actually solve it. Now, it's really important that we work on solving our mistakes, and we make sure that our code is nice and neat, which are called our programming standards. Now, our programming standards allow us to fix our code nice and easier. So these little comments make it a lot easier for us to find where those mistakes are. It allows us to read the code very nicely, and much later on, because if we have our programming standards, those comments, those spaces, those descriptive variable names, then you can go back and you can update your program so that way you can add in things like animation. So having really good programming standards then turns around and helps it make it easier for you to fix both syntax errors and logical errors.